Well, I've got to say this is truly, truly embarrassing from Dave and truly embarrassing for David Haye. For those who don't know, at 8 p.m. UK time tonight, Dave were due to show a preview show of David Haye. This preview show was supposed to document David Haye's return to the ring, his comeback, the troubles he's been in and out of the ring. You know, I've heard David Haye talking about this preview show. He was obviously proud of it, and they said that it would explain a lot of the questions that people had and, you know, give some context to why David Haye had been out to the ring and, you know, shed some light on his comeback. Now, like many fans, I switched on to Dave at 8 p.m. today, and to my surprise, I found a repeat of a TV programme called Storage Hunters. Now, for those of you who don't know, Dave broadcasts repeats of old TV shows or, you know, sort of B-standard TV shows, and Storage Hunters is a classic example of that. So I looked down at my watch, it was 1 minute past 8, I thought, okay, bit odd, but running late. To my horror, it's now 22 minutes past 8, and Storage Hunters is still on. That's correct. The scheduled 8 p.m. David Haye preview show has not been shown, and Storage Hunters has been on. So I've just gone on the official Dave Twitter page, and they are apologising. They're saying they have suffered a technical problem and the preview show is at present unavailable. Well, this is completely embarrassing. You know, it's a disaster for them with their first escapade into sports TV. I must imagine David Haye will be fuming. You know, all of his fans who've tuned in to watch this preview show that's obviously been filmed over the course of several months, and it's been turned into a laughing stock. You know, when David Haye announced he'd be fighting on Dave, there were a lot of jokes that he'd be between Red Dwarf and Top Gear, and, you know, repeated for 10 years. And to be honest, it was only highlighted by the fact that, you know, because they couldn't put him on, they put on an episode of Storage Hunters, and now I'm watching some absolute loon in army camouflage running around the screen, you know, yelling boom every time he pitches on an auction. You know, it really, really is an embarrassment and a really bad foray into the sport of boxing for Dave. You know, David Haye must not be pleased with this. Have you, like me, tuned in to watch this and been disappointed? We shall see. We'll also find out if Dave put it on later or tomorrow or something like that. But really, really embarrassing, unprofessional, and let's hope when we tune in to watch the fight tomorrow, you know, the fight starts at 9, let's hope that at 9:30 Top Gear still isn't on. You know, that really would take the biscuit. Let me know your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.